Glock won't change their grip angle after being asked by customers for 40 years, you can always count on third-party companies for aftermarket support. Review and installation of the large Beavertail backstrap changes the stock Glock 22-degree grip angle to 18 degrees, which is found on most other handguns. Comparison between the stock 22-degree grip angle and the 18-degree grip angle. A lot deeper of a curve, especially towards the top of the frame, and this is angled straight back. Glock 17 on the top with the backstrap, and the 19 on the bottom. Costs $35. They do make a small version, which cuts off about here, but it doesn't give the complete 18-degree grip angle. Why I prefer and think the 18-degree is superior. Number one, it gives a natural hand, wrist, and forearm alignment. Number two, there's less fatigue and strain from wrist flexion. Number three, it gives a natural point of aim for faster shooting overall when you present the pistol and with your sights coming back to your eyes quicker without consciously adjusting. Gripping it is more comfortable, especially having less bend in my wrist. It's almost straight. Also makes clamping with my left hand easier and more comfortable as well. For your back straps, especially the large, there is going to be an increase in distance from your hand to your trigger and to your mag release. I have medium-sized or a little bit bigger hands. I did notice a slight increase on the trigger, but that wasn't a problem for me because I still have the trigger in the middle of my finger and I still do have space on my trigger finger if I needed to extend out further. However, this still puts it in a very comfortable position for me to be able to pull the trigger. Notice the increase on the mag release. I can still get to it fine. My thumb isn't super long. I have to adjust my hand just a tad bit more. I haven't had any problems functioning the mag release or the trigger. That's something to take into consideration. If you have smaller hands, it could cause problems if you are trying to reach your mag release or get a good trigger placement. There's a little bit more of an adjustment for the mag release, but for the trigger, I think that it positioned my trigger finger better, taking up some of that extra room I had on the right side. On the left side, there's no added distance, so your light activation is going to be normal there. There will be a slight increase on the right side, but I'm still able to function the flashlight fine. The small backstraps probably won't have as much of a distance increase. However, there will still be a little bit, I would assume. Some stippling on the back. This is a medium level aggression. I do like it. It bites into the hand well. It's leaving some marks on my palm. However, it doesn't hurt. But if anything, you can sand this down. The border around the stippling, this is all pretty smooth. It's not as smooth as this Glock polymer. I would have preferred this whole thing to have some sort of stippling or at least a little bit more aggressive of a texture. More smooth than I would like, especially clamping on that left side. There's not much for my left hand or support hand palm. I did get a replacement backstrap for this that I'm gonna put on here. If I keep this on long term, I will end up redoing this sandpaper grip to cover as much of this area as possible. The grip also comes with a longer metal pin to fit this specific backstrap, about a 1/4 inch of Beavertail. Now this Beavertail doesn't clip directly onto the polymer frame. It kind of just butts up to that Glock notch. Not a huge fan of Beavertails, so in the future I might end up cutting this off, sanding it down. He said that he is looking into making a model that does not have the Beavertail, which is what I would prefer. In the time I've spent on it, I have liked using it. It's a lot more comfortable and I have noticed the benefits. My dot appears faster and in front of my eyes more often. I don't have to consciously input any direction into the gun to be able to see that like I had to before with the 22-degree grip angle. Kind of have to drive it down, and that canting of the wrist I did not like, even though I got used to it after shooting thousands of rounds. Out of the brands online, the one from Rapid Engineering I liked the best. It is the slimmest and most low profile overall, especially around the pin area and making the back flat without extending the trigger distance too much. Handle It Grips gun grip tape that I had on, I had to slightly cut some off around the outsides of the frame, some of the back strap off. There's still about a third left, which I'm going to leave on there, but I had to remove some of that so this will fit properly. All you'll need is some type of punch or a thin rod. This is a cheap Glock pin punch tool. Make sure the firearm's not loaded, and I'm also not gonna have my trigger cocked so there's no extra tension on that back trigger pin. Take the punch, I'll put it on the plastic pin that's in the grip, and then I will just push it all the way through until it pops out. The silver metal pin that Rapid Engineering included is a lot longer than the stock plastic pin. Take the back strap and just push it on until the holes align. The stock Glock back straps usually clip on to the end of the frame where that little notch is, but this is just gonna push up against it. Then take the pin and push it down in. Keep some pressure pushing on the back strap, and then I'm just gonna push that pin the rest of the way through. Make sure that you have equal length of the pin showing on each side. I appreciate companies like Rapid Engineering who make solutions for problems like this. Mind-blowing that customers have been asking for the Glock grip angle to be changed for 40 years. And with all due respect to Rapid Engineering, he could very well be making these back straps out of his garage, and Glock couldn't even make back straps to fix the grip angle. For a company like Rapid Engineering, who I personally haven't heard of until this, to be able to make a pretty quality product, and for Glock to be unable to do it and even unable to offer them, I think is ridiculous. If you want to see more videos like this, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to help support the channel, and thank you for watching.